All right, guys, I'm going to do it. I'm going to give my grades so far, mostly to the Eagles, but also to the NFC East as a whole, because a lot of stuff has happened, as you guys have probably been aware. Over the past 2 days, your phones have probably been exploding with free agency news, as has mine. And so I kind of want to talk about it. So I'll just start with each team, and I'll end with the Eagles. First of all, we got the Redskins. The reason I'm making this video now, and there's probably going to be more moves coming, who knows. But the Redskins just agreed to keep Adrian Peterson. And then, as you guys know, they also brought in Case Keenum. So overall, actually, I'm going to give the Redskins a little bit of an upgrade from what they were before. Because Colt McCoy, I thought that was going to be their option. They were basically saying that Colt McCoy was going to be the starter, and I was thinking, well, then they're done. At least with Keenum, they have a shot. I did make a separate video about the Keenum signing, but overall, I do think that it'll make them better, but I still think that the Redskins are going to be a crap team in 2019 unless they get some crazy drafts. We don't know what's going to happen yet. That's why I don't really like making these videos as full-on predictions until after the draft. But I'm just going to give you my free agent opinion on that. So Redskins, a little bit better, still not good. Then we go over to the New York Giants. So the New York Giants got a first round, a third round, and Jabril Peppers for the diva Odell Beckham Jr. So actually, I think the Giants got a lot better in that regard. I mean, they're losing a star player, though. So as far as this year goes, probably not. But I think that they're building towards the future, so I'll give them a little bit of credit there. But losing someone like Odell Beckham leaves you pretty much with Saquon Barkley, and that's about it. So as far as 2019 goes, I don't think they're going to I think they're actually going to be the worst in the division, honestly, because I said this last year and I got laughed at when Connor Barwin signed with them. You know, I said that the Giants were still going to suck, and they did. So, you know, just because you have Saquon Barkley doesn't mean you're just going to win automatically. The NFC East is a very bipolar division. You know, there's always teams vying for this crown for some reason. I don't get it. There's no team that can win it back-to-back. So the Giants, they still have a long way to go. Getting rid of Beckham, in my mind, tells me 100% that they are looking to rebuild this roster from the ground up. And eventually they will replace Eli Manning as soon as that quarterback emerges in the draft or wherever they need to get him. But that is the way I look at it. So as far as 2019 goes, the Giants got worse. However, they will be a lot better in the future. Probably a lot sooner than a team like the Redskins will, honestly. So, yeah, Giants, they're still going to suck. That's what I'm going to say. And then the Cowboys have done absolutely nothing. They brought back Jason Witten. So Cowboys are about the same. You know, I think that they are one of the best teams in the division currently. I think it's going to be between the Cowboys and the Eagles, if I'm being honest. That's going to be who competes for this division. But, yeah, they haven't done anything yet, so I don't know. I can't really comment on the Cowboys at this point because, you know, nothing has happened. So I'll just skip on to the Eagles. I'll just leave the Cowboys where they were. They're still good. Getting back Jason Witten, I actually think it's a good move for the Cowboys because they kind of just need someone right now. And Jason Witten has always been a solid player for the Cowboys. I've got nothing but respect for that guy as a player. I just wish he didn't play for that crappy team all the time. So we'll move right on. I don't mean crappy like they're bad. I mean I hate Dallas. We'll move on to the Eagles. I'll end it with the Eagles. Howie Roseman has been doing some work, guys. He sent Michael Bennett off to the New England Patriots in what many thought was a bad move. You already know my thoughts on it. I think it was something that just had to happen with Bennett. I just don't think he was going to be a good fit for the future of this team, and so he had to go. and they got a 5th-round draft pick for him. So, you know, take what you can. But then they bring in Malik Jackson, guys. That's where it got exciting because, in my opinion, they actually have just completely replaced Bennett with the acquisition of Malik Jackson. I'm not going to say he's better than Bennett, but he's about the same caliber of player. And you can get him for much longer than Bennett was. Like, I mean, Bennett was on the final year of his deal this year anyway. So next year, if the Eagles would have kept him, they would have had to look to pay him. So, getting rid of Bennett and bringing in Jackson right now, good move. I give it up to Howie. I think they're getting him for like $10 million a year too, that's just a steal in my opinion. This is a Pro Bowl player, guys. He was on the 2017 almost Super Bowl Jaguars. So, you know, it could have been Eagles Jaguars in the Super Bowl. That's how close they were. So, yeah, bringing in a guy like that to this locker room, great move. Great move. That front seven continues to be scary. And you can see that Howie Roseman and the Eagles brass, they really value having a good pass rush, which I like. I really do. So, great move on that one. Next, we have the acquisition of Deshaun Jackson, guys. And this has been another one that I've been seeing a lot of divide on. Like, some people think he's too old. He's 32 years old, but there's people like me that just were happy to have this guy back. I will admit, though, the price, I think it's like $9 million a year. That is a little bit high for an aging wide receiver, but if you guys remember, that's about what he made when he was on the Eagles before. I remember the whole one of the reasons Chip Kelly got rid of him is because he was lobbying for like $12 million a year, and they just didn't want to pay him, so they just cut him. You know, making up all those gang stories. Which, if you watch his video, actually, you know, he's speaking some gangster talk. Can't really understand what he's saying. His celebration to Philly video. So maybe all that's true. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, bringing Deshaun Jackson back, in my opinion, I think it's just a good thing. It's gonna revitalize the fan base. You know, we're already a little bit, some of us at least. I think it's divided again, but like some of us are a little bit sour that Nick Foles had to go. So bringing in someone like Jackson, you know, it kind of brings back that nostalgia like Nick Foles did. And then this is going to help Carson Wentz, I think, because, you know, think of the backfield now, guys. We got Deshaun Jackson. We got Alshon Jeffrey. Nelson Aguilar, I've heard, is going to stay, which is great. Breaking news. Looks like the Chiefs just released Eric Berry. Moves they keep happening, guys. They keep happening. But, yeah, they're going to keep Nelson Aguilar. So the wide receiving core is great. I don't know what's going to happen with Jordan Matthews. I think if I was the Eagles, I'd just keep him for another season. Why the heck not? But as far as wide receiver goes, they are set as of now, I think. And Deshaun Jackson, I think he's with the Eagles for 3 more years. There's rumors now that he's just going to basically retire as an Eagle. Like, after he's done with this, he's done. And we'll just have to see what happens. But similar to Nick Foles, I think him coming back to Philly is going to make him play really well again. That's just kind of how these old players have been working. They come back to Philadelphia and they play well. And I always use the Alshon Jeffrey example as well. A lot of people, you know, doubted him when he was over in Chicago, and kept saying he got injured all the time. He wasn't motivated. And then he comes to Philadelphia, and, you know, we probably don't win the Super Bowl without him. So there's something about this team and this culture that brings the best out in players. So it'll be very interesting to see Deshaun Jackson on the team. Also, him and Doug Peterson are very familiar with each other. Doug Peterson was around when Andy Reid was here, and so Deshaun Jackson already has like some chemistry with him. So yeah, I'm excited for the Deshaun Jackson thing, guys. That's my stance on it. Very excited. I think it was a good move, other than them paying him a little bit too much. But at the same time, $9 million for a good wide receiver nowadays, very common to see regardless. And it still leaves the Eagles with about $15 million in cap space, so they can still make some more moves if they need to. And speaking of moves, I'm going to give one now that I think the Eagles should make, especially with Le'Veon Bell gone. He's going to the Jets. The Eagles need to push for someone like Coleman on the Falcons, or maybe, I don't know, look to sign someone in, or sorry, draft a running back. I know they've got like 8 or 9 draft picks still. So regardless, that is the one criticism I'm going to give the Eagles. They have not addressed the running backs position as of yet. And who knows, that could happen today. I don't even know. Maybe I'm making this video prematurely. But I really think that they can't go in without a running back again like they did last year. That was probably one of the biggest hurdles that they had to overcome during the season. And ultimately, I think that's what led to them not making the Super Bowl last year, because really they were this close to making the Super Bowl. That's what made 2018 so frustrating for me, is that they were always one step away, like barely losing games, whatever. And I really just think that was because they could not establish the run game. They had sporadic moments of like Wendell Smallwood playing really well, Josh Adams, but they never had like that guy like they did in 2017 where they had Jay Ajayi and LeGarrette Blount that they could rotate almost every single game. And so they didn't have that. So looking for the Eagles to address that running back situation, and we'll see what happens. I will make a video when that does happen. But I just wanted to give you guys my NFC East free agency 2019 grades, and maybe get your guys' opinion as well. Let me know what you guys think about all of the signings, all of the trades, whatever it is. I'd like to hear you guys' opinions on it. So if you're new to the channel as well, hit that subscribe button. I'm pushing towards 500 subscribers, and I need your guys' help to get there. And to all my returning viewers, I want to thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support I've been getting. You guys are the best. But as always, guys, this has been Jigsaw0097. I will talk to you all later.